Hello there everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Stephanie. Today's reading is about why somebody did you wrong. Why did they wrong you? If they have caused anything to you that is not cool, then we're gonna see why they did that to you, especially if there has been no closure or if there's been something going on here. This is a trigger warning kind of reading because we are going to be talking about subject matter that may or may not be pleasant to listen to, but it is meant to help you gain clarity and to, like I said, reach closure on a subject if there is no chance for that, or to see where you can go from here. So with that said, we have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have the charoite. Pile 2, we have black tourmaline. Pile 3, we have the sodalite heart. And pile 4, we have the rose quartz. So take a few deep breaths, think about your situation at hand, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the charoite, then we have your reading here for you about why they did you wrong. Why did somebody here do something to you that either you weren't expecting or that was just not cool? I don't typically do readings that are this heavy, so there is a trigger warning because we could be talking about something, someone, some sort of subject matter that is a little touchy. I will try to do my best here, but do keep in mind, use your own discernment that you're coming into this with something that could potentially be a little triggering. So let's go ahead and start with the oracles for my pile 1. I have the song by Harry Styles, As It Was, coming through. I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Styles. That's one of those songs I kind of heard against my will, like I just heard about it. So maybe for some of you could have heard this subject matter against your will. But something about something not being the same as it was. So there could be something, I'm not sure what that song is about. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'll look up the lyrics. But if you know what it's about, I urge you to take that into consideration or maybe look that song up. But let's go ahead and get your cards. We have Seek. We also have Manas and Urus. Okay, somebody here was looking for a good time. Because interestingly, Urus here, depending on how you view it, it's supposed to symbolize an ox. An ox makes me think of both here of the ox and Taurus. But the booklet for this particular deck also calls it desire. So I feel like somebody here could have been looking for something that they really wanted. And with... I keep calling this Manas. That's not what it's called. What is it? There's a similar one. Another rune that is very similar to this. Ewas. This is Ewas. Somebody here was kind of going to stop at nothing to look for some sort of desire. So this could be somebody who either was seeking, I guess their pleasure of choice. It doesn't have to be, a person. It could be a thing. But they were seeking something elsewhere. Maybe you were seeking them. But I feel like for a lot of you, this was somebody who, the reason they did you wrong is because they were seeking some sort of, maybe a new adventure. They were looking for something else. Let's just put it that way. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards here. Pile 1. I'll be honest, if this entire reading is like that bad, I may not even post it. Because sometimes I'll get entire readings where like every single pile is just like a mess. Well, not a mess, but it's just heavy subject matter. Okay, we have freedom, culmination. For somebody here, it's like it was time to go. It was time to go. It was time to look for something else. The key here makes me think that they had the key for something. They were looking for a way out or they were looking for something else. Full moon, it's like they had they had too much of something. They've had it up to here with something. Maybe this is someone you had a falling out with and they were looking for something else. The full moon is also making me think of the moon and the tarot, which deals with secrets, like a mystery, a secret. I don't know if this person is good at expressing their feelings or emotions. Or maybe emotions were something that weren't considered. I guess it depends. Maybe you're not the best at emotions or they're not the best. Regardless, they were not considered here, that's for sure. It almost feels like they were stifled, and it's like if I can just get out, then I can finally feel like myself. If I can just leave, then I can finally feel something. Or they found a situation that was more nurturing, more comfortable to them. The moon in astrology deals with comfort, so I'm also thinking of that. Let's get more cards. This goddess deck card is how they view you within this situation. If this is somebody like a romantic partner that you broke up with, this would make sense. If this is a friend, same thing. This would be like a friend where I feel like, I mean, friends can be incompatible as well. Like maybe somebody had too much of something, like putting up with too much of a certain behavior. This could be you or them. You have Aphrodite romance. So for a lot of you, this does feel like a romantic situation where somebody either they ghosted, they broke up with you, they left you despite of showing every instance of being interested, which is so common. And I don't know, back of the deck we have Hell, Judgment. Somebody feels like they misjudged the situation, or they thought it would head in one way and then it didn't. Because I mean, look at her. Look at this image. Like this side, she's all blonde and she's got a face. This side, it's like she's got that the skull coming through and her hair is dark. So there's definitely like a strong sense of shifting gears, of complete opposite. Like they just view you entirely differently the more this went along. I don't know how long this lasted, but for those of you for whom this was like a long-term thing, I guess that would make sense. But even if it was short-term, we have 5 and 32. Somebody here could be 32. Somebody here, maybe there was like 5 months, 5 years worth of a relationship. The month of May could have been important. Or the life path 5. Let's get your last card. So why they did you dirty, why they did you wrong. They were just looking for something else. They were looking for someone else. We have disruption. What's interesting is that this definitely felt really abrupt, and or it could have happened like overnight. Like maybe somebody here didn't see it coming, or there was like no indication, or maybe you thought there was no indication. You thought there was no indication that this was going to head in a different direction, because it feels like it's out of nowhere. But I feel like that whatever was going on was more internal than anything. This was going out within themselves. This person was just looking for something else. The Urus rune, like I said, it could be strength, it could be desire. I don't think it's coming through as fertility here, but it's kind of like looking for something else, looking for another high, if you will. Maybe for some of you, this wasn't another person that they were looking for. It was a different scene, and you just weren't providing it. Or I see this a lot with friends, like friends who stop hanging out with each other because they want different things. Like maybe you're a calm, cool, collected person and your friend was like more of a party person. And of course, opposites do attract, and I feel like it's a good thing to keep each other grounded. But in this case, they were looking for that other side of themselves that you don't seem to be a part of. And I can tell, like my heart is breaking just listening to this, but that's what's coming through. So with that said, let's get into the tarot to see more specifically why they did this, who this person is. If you don't know, I guess I do want to get a look at that. And will they come back? Is there potential for reconciliation or anything else that can be done about it? So we're going to start with who this person is. For those of you who maybe don't have a person in mind and you're just here, I want to see what was going through their mind as well. Okay, this one wanted to come through. 3 of Pentacles. Why they did this, what was going through their mind. Okay, 2 cards for what was going through their mind. Ace of Swords, the Chariot. It's funny that it was in the runes is similar to the Chariot. That's why it has a horse. Let me show you. So for some of you, maybe there's like the significance of a particular vehicle. It doesn't have to be the case. I'm hearing, oh, dude, where's my car? Maybe somebody took your car, but somebody definitely left. Maybe somebody drove like one of those cars with a horse on it, whichever brand you like, Mustang, Bronco, or whatever. And the Ace of Swords. So this is what was going through their mind. It's basically an escape. This person is definitely avoidant AF here. And is there potential for reconciliation or to make things better? I'm hearing 9 of Wands. I heard yes, but you would both have to lower your defenses. You would both have to come into this with a very forgiving energy. And then back of the deck, we have 2 of Cups. For a lot of you, this is going to happen. Like you are going to reconcile. Let's go ahead and start with the 3 of Pentacles. So this person, I don't feel like they were your best friend. Like you guys weren't that close, because this sometimes comes off as like this is coworker energy. If not, this would be like a friend of a friend. Like you run in each other's circles. This could also be like social media. Like maybe you friended someone on social media, but you weren't talking every day. Okay, so I'm getting for some of you, maybe you're wondering why somebody blocked you or unfollowed you. Because this feels like a degree of separation where maybe you're not even taking it that personally, but you kind of wonder like, why'd they do that? You know? So this is them. The Wheel of Fortune, there's something about things being out of their control or you being out of your control. It almost feels like, because I want to say something's destined, but reversed, it's kind of like, this is somebody wanting to take back control over their lives or wanting to take back control over their destiny. I know this is odd. I don't know why I'm being shown this particular example. Like if the universe kept bringing you two together, and I don't want to say it's karmic because I don't feel like it's karmic. It's like the universe kept bringing you two together and this person wasn't noticing that. So they kind of wanted to distance themselves to gain back control. And because with this, the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, they found out something about you that made them want to go in a different direction. If that makes sense. Another way of seeing this, it's like they had a new idea to go chase something else, to go after something else. So this is definitely that disruptive energy. I want to know more about this disruptive energy, but there is the potential to reconcile. Nine of Wands, you would have to be very forgiving. You would both have to lay down your defenses. You would both have to be vulnerable enough to explain to each other why this happened. Because I feel like there's a forgiving energy for you because I don't feel like this was too much of a quote, it doesn't feel like you took it too personally. Maybe a little bit, maybe just enough to be like, why'd they do that? But not enough that you would completely, it's like, you know, someone unfollows you, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. So I guess it depends. It's weird. I want to know, what were they chasing? What is this thing they desired? What is this disruptive energy? What was it? If nothing comes through, this may be just different for everybody, or you may have to actually speak with this person. The Star, Aquarius energy, also the hope of something. It's like they saw a chance with something or someone else, and a truth was revealed about a particular person. They could be an Aquarius. Maybe you're an Aquarius, maybe they are. Four of Cups. It's like, this could be gossip, but it doesn't feel like it. Or maybe they just found out about something and it's like they stepped away. But they do think about this a lot. The Four of Cups, it's kind of like they were in their head a little bit. They were in their emotions. It's like, should I stay? Should I go? Empress. But they do find you, look, if this is romantic, they do find you attractive. But it's kind of like they can't have feelings for you because the Page and Ace of Cups is reversed. So for some of you, maybe an ex came back around and they're like, oh, I don't want to start something new. I want to go back to this. For others of you, this could be like, again, them just running from their feelings, avoidant energy. But it wouldn't surprise me if they came back around. So I guess this isn't too bad. If this is like casual dating, they found somebody else that they wanted to hook up with, but I think they're going to find out that that person is nothing like you and they might come back around. Again, it's up to you whether you're okay with this or not, because I don't feel like it was... I don't know how committed it was. I don't know how lenient you are with things like that or how they are. I'm getting a little bit of that. But that's what I'm getting from the tarot. This is really... For some of you, this is like a very specific storyline. If it was a friend, same thing. They wanted to be around somebody who they thought was better at the time for something that they wanted to do. Again, take that as it resonates. But I want to get into some closing advice for you, Pile 1. So I'm going to use the Sacred Creators Oracle. This advice may be regarding a situation or it could be about something else. So, I do get the feeling though that if they do come back around, there's no guarantee that they won't do it again. So I do need to warn you about that. We have the Now. Yeah, this person lives for the present moment. They follow their whims. It's like they wake up every day and they follow whatever they want to do. We have Unstick the Stuck. This person doesn't like to feel stuck. Not saying that you kept them stuck, but they saw... You know how you just know some people are more likely to do something than others? That's what I'm seeing. Fall in love with your own story. What this was meant to teach you is that you're meant to do things on your own, especially those of you who are a little bit more codependent or have those tendencies. Shift the way to new potential. I am seeing this, I'm hearing condition. There should be conditions if they come back around, that if they do something like this, again, that maybe you won't put up with it again. I really hope for a lot of you that this wasn't like a person who chose somebody else over you and you're okay with that. Again, I guess it depends on the level of how casual this connection was. Like if this was just somebody that you were talking to like online or texting, but you rarely hung out, I guess it depends. And then get back to elemental. Remember to pay attention to yourself, because for a lot of you, I feel like this person was distracting you from something else, and follow through. I don't know if I want to take these reversed though. There's something here about following through. For some of you, not all of you, because there's like two camps. For one side of you, for some of you, like this person feels and knows and understands that they did you wrong, and they are going to follow through and show up for you again. Like they're going to try and make it up. And for others of you, this person could be a repeat offender. So I feel like it all depends on where you want to go with this, because I'm not going to tell you what to do, pile one, but this is just asking why they did you wrong. And now we know, and now we see. And one last card. I am becoming the kind of person who I would love to meet. Oh, this is so cute. Several things. Well, one, I love this little cowboy hat and the little lasso. It's almost like you're trying to lasso up somebody. And you know what? We had all those horses. Maybe some of you are trying to like wrangle up this horse. That's kind of funny. And two, understand that the person you are is absolutely wonderful. Like, don't feel like you have to mold yourself into these people that this person may have chosen over you. I don't think you'd want to become them, because after all, if they were so great, they would still be with those people. I don't think they are. I think they chose someone else over you. They regretted it, and now it's like, how do I make it up to pile one? Or should I come crawling back to pile one? It'll take some time. And just see that I'm getting congested as I say this, but it'll take some time, but I guess it all depends. But this is why they did you wrong, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I am sending you so much love. Know and understand that you are perfect in every way. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile two. If you chose the black tourmaline, then we have a reading here for you about why they did you wrong. We are going to be talking about somebody or something that was done wrong to you. So this comes with a trigger warning. If you're not ready to hear it, then by all means, I would use discernment here and see if you would want to go through with the reading, because we may be talking about subject matter or things that happened that were just not cool, not right. But let's go ahead and get started on your reading with the oracles. We have, this is Ingus, and then we have breathe and flow. There's something very there's something very sensual about this, not gonna lie, because these are all about embracing something. Also, these are two very different oracles here, but notice how like all the people look like they're floating. I don't know what that signifies to you, pile two. Maybe it does or doesn't, but there's something about the both of you. Maybe you've traveled or have flown together. Maybe you've gotten, you know, a little light feeling together. With breathe, I'll be honest, for some of you, I am picking up on smoking just in general. Maybe you used to smoke with this person, but I'm getting the sense that there was definitely a connection here that was a little bit more on the, if not spiritual, because sometimes this can pertain to like a spiritual connection, then it can be like you would do certain things together that would bond you to, and you can take that as it resonates. It's going to mean different things for different people. I want to see how they see you first. So this oracle is going to be how they view you. For my pile two, why did they do you wrong? Okay, we have Bridget, inspiration. So you were definitely like a muse to this person. You inspired them. They definitely put you on a pedestal as well, because I'm kind of seeing a little bit of them loving every aspect about you. This person really did, if it's not a person, it could be several people. But because I see like a large following or a lot of people really being into you, and I feel like this person really liked you. Or, I mean, they still could like you. But that's so interesting that they recognize a lot of small details about you. This person was observing you more than you recognize. Oh, okay. We have stop reversed. I don't think they wanted to stop, but they had to. Whatever this was, they didn't want to stop, but they had to. Maybe for their health, mental or physical. Maybe because... let's get more cards. This one's complicated. I don't know what they did, but I don't feel like they're over you. We have illumination and reflection. Yeah, they're not over you. Because reflection is kind of like they keep thinking back on this. They're reflecting on it. Illumination. There's going to be a light that comes through because look how similar these two... I think one's a doorway and one's a window, but look how similar they are. And it's almost like a flame or a light comes through here. So they're definitely reflecting on this. This person just it's so weird. Okay, we have 7. Somebody here could be a life path 7, or July could be important. 7/21, so the 21st of July could be important. I guess somebody could be 21. But what's interesting is that this person had to abruptly end something, even though they really did like the feeling when they were with you. Because if this isn't, you know, the both of you doing something that makes you feel light, it's you that makes them feel light. It's you that makes them feel really, really good. And the stop here is kind of like some people don't know how to feel good for a long period of time. Some people don't understand that joy is not meant to be temporary. And I feel like this person is one of those people. Like they somehow feel that they're meant to suffer in life. And the truth is that we're not. But this person, that's how they view this. So when it came to you, you made them feel really good. And I mean, like every time they would hang out with you or after seeing you, they would just feel amazing. And then it's like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to feel like that. Maybe because of, like, if this person was already in a relationship for some of you, this person maybe just didn't want to start feeling feelings for you because they already have somebody. Sometimes that comes through because this would be like, they're not trying to fall for you intentionally, nor do I feel like you were trying to seduce them either. I just feel like this could have been like a platonic friend or somebody that you knew, like maybe, I don't know, a neighbor or coworker. But it's like the feelings were hard to ignore because I'm feeling a fluttering within the, if not within the heart, then like within the stomach. It would be like you get around somebody and it's like, oh my gosh, they're making me act a certain way. Am I falling for them? That's what I'm getting. So this person, whether you meant to or not, whether they meant to or not, they were developing feelings. They were developing some sort of feeling for you. Let's not call it a crush or love or anything. But it's kind of like they were developing some sort of literal physical feeling for you and they didn't. They had to abruptly end this because this inspiration, it's almost like you remind them of what they were seeking a long time ago. And even with Ingus is there's another rune deck I have and it's got 2 people embracing. I don't know if this is romantic or not. If this is romantic, they were developing feelings and they didn't want them. And if this wasn't romantic, the romance was there and somebody here didn't want to feel that. And I know that may seem odd. If it's not romantic, it would be like somebody here was becoming far too enmeshed in whatever you were about. So if this is platonic, if this is like, you know, family, it's like they were getting too caught up in your ideas and they were fearing that. So, but for a majority of you, this does feel like romance. In fact, if this entire reading is romance, I may have to call it something else. But that said, let's get into the tarot because I'm very interested in this particular thing because it's coming through very bluntly as somebody was developing feelings, romantic or otherwise, for you, and they didn't like it. So let's start with who this person is, why they did what they did, what was going through their mind, and is there potential for reconciliation, or will they come back, I guess? But I want to say potential for reconciliation, because sometimes it's not just about coming back. Sometimes it's about what steps are you meant to take within this as well. So pile 2. Who is this person? We have the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Like I said, Two of Pentacles balancing their feelings. Knight of Cups, guess what? This person was developing feelings, and it's like they were trying to resist it, but it's like, no, I really do like pile 2. But, you know, but I'm hearing a song in Korean. It's an old song too. I don't know what year this came out. It's by, is it Jay Park? It's called, the translation of course is I've already got a girlfriend. So maybe for some of you, this person was already taken and was not open to anything, you know, polys, and this, it's very much like, I can't. Or maybe, yeah, they're taken, married, or they've got a baby mama situation and they don't want to get, you know, complicated. Whatever this is, this person is not available. So that has to be made clear. I need to listen to that song. It's been a while. I don't know why I like older K-pop music. I don't care for the new K-pop music. I really don't. I like anything from like the 2010s, some from the 90s, which I know maybe that makes me weird. And I have almost no Korean friends, which is weird. But where I live, there's a huge Korean community. So I guess that's what that is. But anyway, but yeah, the song is called I've Already Got a Girlfriend, and it's by, I want to say it's Jay Park or JYP. I forget. Okay, so why did they do this? We have the Hierophant. Yeah. Hierophant can be the marriage card. It can also be prior commitment. It could also be if they don't have anybody else, this would be like somebody that you work with and they can't have a relationship with anybody in the workplace. So this is them setting boundaries due to circumstances outside of their control. The Hierophant is like legislation. It's official documents. Think of government. Think of like all the rules that are set in place of what you should and shouldn't do. This person was following that protocol. So it's very much that. Strong Taurus energy as well, in case somebody here is a Taurus. What was going through their mind though? I want to know that. Especially if this person pulled back really quickly. It's like, what? We have the Fool reversed. They weren't ready to start something anyway, Six of Cups, but they do like you. Like if you were friends before and they like you and they suddenly pulled back, it's like, this is just them setting boundaries. Honestly, they're setting boundaries because they can't come towards you for whatever reason. If they were available, they would. If they didn't have that situation, whatever's going on with them in place, they absolutely would. They like you. But this person has enough self-respect or respect for somebody else and for you that they wouldn't cross that line. I mean, this person is amazing with boundaries. Let me just put it that way. They're amazing with boundaries, but also their feelings. It's like they're fighting logic and feelings, and logic in this case does win out, which is, I'll be honest, I can see why you like this person. If you were to be in a relationship with them, they would do the same for you, and that only makes them more attractive, doesn't it, pile 2? But yeah, I feel like you just have to respect this. Ten of Swords. This is there possibility for reconciliation? I'll be honest, no. Until something big changes, I don't think so. But for a lot of you, I don't think that, maybe for some of you, you didn't really stop talking. Maybe you just, I'm hearing it's going to get worse before it gets better. So they might take it a step further and like really push the distance between the both of you, or even go out of their way to do something to give you the message that they're not into you or that they can't be with you. But here's the thing, there are feelings there. It's very much giving tough love. Can I get another card for this? This is breaking my heart. Queen of Pentacles. They've already got somebody solid, or this could be you. This is how they view you, as somebody who's also very solid and stable. So it's kind of like, it's hard to ignore you. And I don't know, if I was this person's friend, I would say something. Three of Cups. Your friendship will definitely disintegrate because they don't want to lose what they have. And like I said, it's going to get better before it gets worse. Sorry, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I wouldn't waste my time with this person, unfortunately. Because if you did think there were feelings there, there are, but they're not gonna give up what they have. They're not gonna compromise their position. And I don't think you should ask them to, but that was very to the point. Let's go ahead and get your closing cards, pile 2. I'm so sorry that I had to deliver that message, but I feel like, yeah, it was getting a bit out of control. For some of you, again, I'm not trying to judge here. For some of you, you knew this would happen because of that. And again, I feel like they're trying to set boundaries. You should set boundaries as well. Maybe for some of you, you have been setting boundaries and this is good, but yeah. Okay, so pile 2. If you're still with me, closing advice. We have fearless expression. This person is not afraid of saying what they need to say. And you shouldn't either. You are light. Like I said, there's something here about a lightness. Whatever this is, it's like an epiphany, a lightness. You are definitely a light that they don't want to pursue for whatever reason. Like I said, this person kind of believes in, like if they are married, let's just take that example. It would be like they believe that marriage is suffering. So they're already suffering in a marriage and they think that's just how life is. I don't think you want to get with that person. Like maybe the dating aspect would be fun if they were single, but when it came to marriage, they would still have that mindset. We have bliss is worth creating from. So for some of you, this was meant to inspire you to do some sort of creative project, to do something here. I'm hearing Alanis Morissette, how her career started and really took off because of a breakup. So maybe for some of you, this is meant to be the catalyst for something important in your life. Get back to elemental. Yeah, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Manifesting and doing. What's interesting is that I'm hearing several things. One, I feel like you and this person will manifest each other in your life again. I don't know if you want to deal with it though. I don't know if if they're gonna be the same person. 2, this would be how do I say it? Manifest better things. Manifest better things. So I think like for some of you, there were aspects of this connection that were positive that you liked, but unfortunately it was the wrong person. And yeah, creator alchemy. Understand you have more control over the situation than you realize. So don't let their actions be the deciding factor of whatever it is going on here. I feel like you can do this without them. You can do the same thing. For some of you, maybe you worked with this person or maybe I don't know. It's like they provided something, but you can do this without them. And the last card, I don't need to have a positive attitude all the time. Look, you're allowed to be mad about whatever you want. Not only that, but there's something about your negative attitude that they actually like. I don't know why that's coming through, because as soon as I saw this, I started laughing. Not at your situation, pile 2, but it's kind of like when you get mad, when you show that real side of you, people are going to support you. Maybe you have a very strong Lilith placement, like your Black Moon Lilith in your astrological chart, and they like this, or you like this. I am worthy of safe and healthy relationships. Yes, you are worthy of safe and healthy relationships. By safe, I mean someone who won't break your heart. And by healthy, I mean somebody who is clearly not afraid of their feelings and running back to something that is comfortable as opposed to dealing with something that they would prefer. Because whatever is going on with this person, they've got issues, I'll be honest. And you don't want to be a part of that. But this is where I leave it, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the sodalite heart, then we have a reading here for you about why they did you wrong, why did they do whatever they did to you that was not fair. But I do have to give you a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about certain subject matters that are a little not so good, not so happy. So it could be heavy. Just letting you know. So use your discernment whether you are ready to hear these messages or not. I know the last 2 are definitely like that, specifically. But let's go ahead and get into your oracles, pile 3. We have recharge and unzeus. Okay, this is about an intuitive reset. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's your person, but there is a definitely need for an intuitive reset, because oddly enough, I am feeling a little bit quote, quote, drained. And it could be because, again, of the subject matter of this reading. But also, I feel like Spirit was trying to tell me about how this can impact the way we view things, the way we take action, and even with the advice we are given, which is really interesting. I don't know why that's coming through. So the way we feel can affect the way we even view these readings. For example, I've been meaning to do a video on how to get the best out of your free readings on YouTube, like your free tarot readings. If you're interested in that, leave me a like and let me know in the comments, because that's been in the works for some time. I haven't gotten around to it. For those who don't want to spend money on a reading, but you want to get like better quality or have a better experience of your readings, your free readings on YouTube or any reading. Okay, so we have Vitality, the Sun. Why did this person do you dirty? This person could be a Leo, or they could have like their sun on a particular important placement in your chart. We have renewal. So there was a need for a renewal in this either connection in this situation or even within you. Maybe you yourself are going through a transformation that you needed, that was necessary. And somebody here decided to react to it. We have Niriti, misfortune, especially for those of you who've had like a lot of bad luck lately, or who've had nothing but like negative things happen to you. I feel like you were going through some sort of situation where you needed a break. You needed for some reason, I feel like you took the break and they didn't take that positively. So for a lot of you, you just needed to do something for yourself. And for whatever reason, this person reacted in a way that you weren't expecting. We have intuition. I feel like this pile, you're intuitive enough to know and understand. Yeah, determination. You're intuitive enough to understand that when you need a break, whether it's mental health, physical health, whatever, you take it. And somebody here doesn't like that, because either they're not as connected as you are, or they just find offense to anybody having a better life than them. I don't know if it's conscious or subconscious, but this person, it would be like, you know how you see people, they want to go to the gym so they can get healthier and, do whatever physical goals that they need to do at the gym. This would be that friend or person who anytime they see that, it's like, oh, you think you're better than me because you go to the gym. It's that kind of energy, and I don't know why that is. So somebody here, it's definitely like they were, I heard blinded by your light. But it could also be that they felt a little jealous, or that they felt a little like they didn't want you to renew. They wanted you to stay the same. But the thing is, you were doing this for yourself, your sake, and your healthiness. Or your health, not healthiness. And I feel like your intuition may have been telling you something about this person to begin with, or maybe you weren't listening to your intuition because you thought, oh, this person wouldn't do me like that. And yet here it is. And yet here we are with you asking about why they did you dirty, pile 3. So let's go ahead, and I want to get straight into the tarot because I'm trying to get a view of them. Also, this person just likes it when you're doing worse than them because it makes them feel better. This is definitely one of those cases where this person prefers it if you're just in a worse spot, because it allows them to look better, feel better, and I don't like people like this. There are people out there who like to look at situations that are worse than them because it makes them feel good. I see this a lot. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but sometimes people who like to watch, shows on about people who live very miserable lives tend to be this way. I say this because I used to see this a lot in like housewives who had no control over their lives. They would watch like the worst shows because at least to them, in their mind, at least they had it better than those people that they were watching. So I'm getting a similar energy from this person. Not sure who it is. It could be a friend. For some of you, it could be a family member. But it's like a family member who is only nice to you when you're going through it. And as soon as you're in a better position, they treat you like garbage. Or they try to knock you down a peg. And I don't like that, because people should want the best for everybody. It's like happiness has no limits. So why are they trying to put limits on how great your life can be? But yeah, there's definitely an envy here, and you needed a renewal. For some of you, I feel like you could have left them first because you needed to do something for you. You probably didn't even have them in mind. And now this person is here pretending that you're not meant to get into a better position, which I'll be honest, I the thing that sucks about these friends, they're great when you're going through a rough time. Or friends or people. They're great when you're going through a rough time, but they never want to see you do better. So you kind of stay stuck. And it's like, if you can only be my friend while I'm down, then you're not really my friend. So I'm getting a little bit of that. Sorry, I'm getting annoyed for you, pile 3, because this is a false friend. I'm sorry. They're great for you when you're down, but when you finally get back up on your feet, do they celebrate you? Ask yourself that. Let's go ahead and get your cards. So who is this person? Why did they do what they did? And what was going through their mind when they did it? And is there a chance for reconciliation? Will it get better? So this person awakening, this person has very strong Pluto aspects. This is the Judgment card. I'll never understand why people rename Judgment to be awakening. I guess they don't want to feel as judgmental or whatever, or make it come off as that. But this is more like a decision that has been made, but it's conditional. So this person has strong Pluto aspects for sure. I would look to where their Pluto is within your chart. They could be a Scorpio or have strong Scorpio placements. Mostly this person, I feel like they are stuck in a position that they can't get out of. So they would rather bring you down to their position or make you stuck in their position than let you grow. So I'm getting a little bit of that. And you will know who this person is because every time something bad happens to you, they're there. You will know who this person is. Ironically, this may be a person that you run to every time something bad happens. And that could be their weird way of manifesting you. It's like, oh, if this is an example. If pile 3 pops a tire, they're going to call me because I know how to change a tire. Something like that. So that's what this is giving me an indication of. This is also somebody who is a very pivotal person in your life. Like they're a rock in your life. So this could be a parent. This does feel strongly like a parent energy. They could be a friend. Again, a friend that you call in times of crisis. Definitely somebody older than you. If not older, then more experienced. I'm getting that. Strong... Wherever your Saturn is, look to that sign. So for example, if you have Saturn in Capricorn, this could be a Capricorn. This person is used to being either in a crisis or handling crises. Why did they do what they did? I don't even know what they did, but they definitely don't like to see you happy. Temperance. Yeah, it's like balancing. Oh, this is one of those people that if you get... This is how they view it. This is how they view it. This is not me saying that. This is them and their opinion. It's like they like success, but not too much. Like they like happiness, but if you get too happy, they'll knock you down a peg. Why is that? I don't like that at all. They feel like if you get too in your head about something, they'll try to humble you. But I don't like that at all because they shouldn't be the deciding factor of how happy or not happy you can be. I'm sorry, this energy is pissing me off, pile 3. What was going through their head when this happened? They see it as balance and equilibrium. I see it as like, leave people alone. You're no one to decide. It's like you're not the hand of justice deciding what people should and shouldn't do. This person, I can't because I feel like they're parading. If they're not a friend, this could be like maybe somebody who feels that they can tell you what to do. Somebody who feels like they have some authority over you. That's why I keep saying older. What was going through their head? A lot was going through their head. Okay. All right. So we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned Capricorn, but also Taurus and Virgo. They could have Earth energy. I'm going to get one more. And Four of Swords. They don't like the fact that you had so much stability. And it's like, no, they can't always be having a great time. I feel like somebody here is jealous. I would do some protection from, like, I'm hearing evil eye protection. Definitely do that, pile 3. And definitely just put it out there that you are protected from anybody's envy, from anybody's energy here who would want to see you not be happy. Four of Swords. This is like, I'm hearing this is a sleeper. Like you're not gonna know who this is. It might even disappoint you to see who this is because it feels like it was somebody who really really cares about you. But notice who congratulates you when you're doing well and who doesn't, because that's going to be an indication of who this is. Is there a possibility for reconciliation? I'm hearing yes, but be discerning. Let me see what the cards say. I'm hearing cycles as well. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Yes, because I feel like their feelings are in the right place. I'll be honest, this person isn't even aware that they're doing this. I feel like they really do care about you, but they don't know that loving somebody doesn't mean keeping them where you think they're meant to be. It's keeping them where they want to be. This person has a warped view of love. For some of you, I hope it's not your significant other, but I have seen where that happens, where like a significant other will kind of like block the blessings of somebody. If I hadn't separated from certain people in my life, I wouldn't have this channel. That's how much a partner can affect you. And I'm not saying I made this out of necessity. I did this because I have a calling to give people advice, intuitive advice, so that they can break free of their cycles. But I've had people in my life who didn't believe in that. Like, they didn't believe in spirituality. They didn't believe in bettering their circumstances. I'm just getting that. And it's annoying me because it's triggering me here, pile 3. And I came into this reading all ready for anything. Back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like, yes, you probably will reconcile. Maybe you already have. This is more a warning that there is somebody out there whose energy is working against you. And unfortunately, you may have to either let it go or stop seeing it as often in order to progress forward in life. Because this person, like I said, they get a kick whenever something awful happens to you. And it's almost like they're going to keep manifesting, not intentionally, but it's like they're going to keep looking forward to your next problem so that they can hear about it and be there to save you. Again, I get this from parents. I get this from those friends who always come through because it boosts their self-confidence. It gives them a boost of some kind. Also, I feel like they really do adore you, unfortunately. But I feel like you can adore somebody and not be the best... Somebody can adore you and not have the best intentions for you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they just believe that that's how life is, that in order for somebody to love somebody, they have to constantly be saving them. I see this a lot with parent-children dynamics, so I unfortunately, that's something we have to break here. What's underneath the Wheel of Fortune? We have the Seven of Wands, you stepping into your energy, you stepping back into your... Oh, that's interesting. You're going to step into a new energy and they're not going to like it. I feel like you will eventually fall away from this person. Not saying that you're going to cut them out completely, because like I said, there is a genuine concern and adoration for each other here. Or at the very least, them to you. But you can't keep holding on to this energy and they can't keep holding on to you. So this one, it's really not that malicious. Unfortunately, the energy surrounding it is, though. Does that make sense? Like, they don't mean to hurt you. They just, for whatever reason, in their mind, pain is all they know and understand. So I hope that helped. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Let's get your closing advice cards here, pile 3. We have Bravely Market Your Magic. It's funny that I mentioned me being able to create this channel because for whatever reason, they are affecting the way you have success in your life because they don't want you to have too much success. But keep marketing it anyway. Something will break through. Magic happens when you most expect it. Yeah, it's like keep almost obnoxiously believing in whatever you have to do because at some point this person will give up or they'll fall in line. It's like, no, you can't stop me from doing the thing I'm meant to do. Because for some of you, there is like a life purpose involved here and this person is trying to hold you back and they can't. And if they really do love you, they'll let you fulfill that life purpose. People who love you don't get in the way of your success. I don't know how many times I have to say that in this reading, but it is aggravating me. Okay, so we have follow through. Yeah, keep doing what you need to do, pile 3. Cozy up with risk. They could be the kind of person that's like, oh, be careful. If you do that, that's going to happen. And again, I feel like it comes from a genuine place of love. Like parents do. But the thing is, you have to be careful. There's a difference between instilling fear in somebody and just, warning somebody. And not only that, but it's like it's better to prepare people for when ish does hit the fan as opposed to just telling them not to do something because we learn from our mistakes. So this person, if you make a mistake and they keep knocking you down, they don't love you. And if you make a mistake and they teach you how to get out of your mistake or they help you, that's a whole different thing because I've seen it both ways. We have the now. Yeah, focus on the present moment. Focus on where you are now. I feel like that's just general advice, and integrate your knowing. Interesting. There's like a hermit energy coming through here. Also like a very education-based kind of energy. So maybe some of you are trying to learn something. Maybe some of you are in college or you're going back to school to learn something, and this person or people, they're just a little, they're offended by it. Oh no. Sorry, the energy I'm picking up on your person is just, I don't know why I'm so annoyed with it, because they pretend not to be against you, but I think they consciously or subconsciously are. Last card. I am okay with who I am. I am not perfect, but I am always learning and growing. Yeah, you're always learning and growing. You're always changing. Everybody's always changing. And I feel like they have a little bit of a stagnant mind when it comes to this, so this is why they did you wrong. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the rose quartz, then we have a reading here for you about why your person did you wrong. Why did they do what they do? There is a trigger warning here, of course, because we could be talking about subject matter that maybe is heavy, sensitive, or maybe even the thoughts and feelings of this person might be something you're not ready to hear. So use your own discretion, of course. Let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So we have the rose quartz, and we're going to start with the oracles. Then we'll get into the tarot to see more specifically what went on. So we have tears, and we have, is this Hagalas? I know the rune means disruption, or like something, yeah, Hagalas, like something was disrupted here. What's interesting is that these are both have little like water or liquid drops coming through. So maybe somebody cried over this, or somebody here got upset for sure. Like I said, sensitive subject matter. So if you're not ready for this, then I'm feeling that somebody here said something while they were emotional. They didn't have to cry or not, but it is kind of revealing something that because they were in an emotional state, they either did or said something that wasn't expected, either from them or from yourself. I don't know who here was the one who was more emotional, but there's definitely a feeling of how our emotions can overtake us. For some of you, there could have been like, especially if somebody here was pregnant, maybe hormones could have been involved. Take that only if it resonates, and take that only if that applies to you. That's not going to be everybody, nor do I say that all hormones cause, or excuse the behavior that went on here. I just feel like for some of you, it could have been something quote, quote, hormonal. Take that as it resonates, of course. I don't want to hear about it in the comments. I feel like it all depends on your situation. But Hagalas is hail, and specifically it's kind of like something disrupting something. It even looks like the disruption card in another oracle deck that I have. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your oracles. I'm thinking of a thorn. It makes me think of the rune Thurisaz, actually. It's like something here happened. It just feels like a disagreement, honestly, for a lot of you. We have power, lion, something about power or holding power over somebody. A Leo could be important, or somebody's pride could have been at stake. So maybe it wasn't even, there's something here about the pride or respect, I guess. Sovereignty is coming through as well. This is how they view you. We have Hecata Crossroads. There's definitely some sort of path here that one or the both of you are meant to take. There could be a disagreement on like what it is that you both want, especially if this is more romantic, which the majority of the readings have been this way, but it doesn't have to be. This could also be like a life path, like maybe somebody wants to do this and somebody else wants to do that. I see this with friends, for example, who want to do separate things, live in separate places in the world, which I feel isn't that big of a deal anymore because we're so connected online. But this would be like if one friend wanted to go move here and another friend wanted to move there, or there's something about life choices coming through here with this crossroads. We have abundance, something about money or the lack thereof could be also of importance, which would make sense with the pride here. I feel like a lot of people pride themselves in being able to provide monetarily, financially. So this is what we have. And I'll be honest, I feel like this is about what to do with your partner or person or friend. So if it is romantic, this would be like moving in together or living somewhere, or a situation where assets and money are involved, or even like where you lay your foundation, living with each other. If this is a friend, again, same thing, but I feel like it wouldn't be as strong, or maybe somebody here made you feel a certain way because of your life choices. I'm definitely getting that. So that's been pretty straightforward. I don't know if I read from the book for Hagalas. Let me go ahead and get that meaning. Because I know what I like about this deck is that it gives it a more spiritual take. I'm used to reading runes in a more practical, matter-of-factly way, because that was the way that they were used. It was to convey certain messages. So we have hail turns to water and a seed is planted. The void, surrender, transformation, and rebirth. So there will be some sort of transformation within this connection regardless. It's really interesting. It's like you can't help but change and grow regardless. But what will grow of that could be a rose, but a rose also has its thorns. I kind of like this, the symbolism here. The number 9 could be important. Maybe September is important, or somebody here could be a life path 9. Which makes sense. I've known a lot of people who are life path 9s, and they tend to be like they're friends with everybody. They know everyone. They're very social. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but let's go ahead and get your reading. So let's see who this person is. Yeah, this one was very straightforward. I'm trying to get more, but let's see. So this person, we have the starseed, the Fool. This could be Aquarius or Uranus energy. So this could have come out of nowhere, but also there is a new beginning here. This person is going through a rebirth, a transformation. They're stepping into new territory. I doubt this person is new in your life. I'm not really getting that. It's more like the adventure they're going on is new. In the Rider-Waite, it's the person about to step off a cliff, and the dog barking behind him. So it's something similar to that, where like somebody here is stepping into new territory. So this person, I feel like you could have known them for some time, hence why they, why this kind of was more emotional than nothing, or than anything, sorry, more emotional than anything. If it was somebody new, I have a hard time believing it was somebody new. No, somebody this new wouldn't hurt you like that. That's what I'm getting, because there's emotional investment here. Let's see why they did what they did. I'm not even sure what they did other than say something that made you feel bad. Okay, this one wanted to come through. We have the Knight of Wands. They weren't thinking. This was definitely, like I said, they were in their emotions. They weren't thinking. They were going based off of pride. Because the Knight of Wands can be very brash. Reversed, it's like, oh, I said something I didn't mean to. I said something I wasn't supposed to. I really feel like you could have been in a heated exchange, argument, conversation, and something just slipped out. And it's like, I didn't mean to say it like that. So I am getting a little bit of that. But maybe for some of you, they didn't handle it well. Maybe they didn't apologize, or they just didn't. You know how some people talk and it gets worse before it gets better? I'm getting a little bit of that. So what were they thinking? I don't think they were, but just in case, what was their train of thought here for my pile 4? We have the 5 of Swords. They know there's no winning. It's kind of odd. They know there's no a no-win situation here. There's no way to get around it. There's no winning here. I keep hearing that there's no winning, so might as well just say whatever, or might as well just have it all out. Why is that? I'm gonna get another one. The 5 of Cups. I keep getting this. It's like there's a lot of ways this could go, and it's like every which way it ends up sucking for either you, them, or the both of you. I'm seeing literally from that movie, the Avengers series, where what's his face, the magician dude, the Doctor Strange, is going through all the possible outcomes, and he only sees one where they win. I'm getting a little bit of that. So it's like losing something, choosing the lesser of two evils, and I feel like either way you lose. I keep hearing that there's no winning, losing. I wonder if this was like a sports thing. For some of you, this could have been like a sports thing. Because it's like, I don't know where that's coming through. But regardless, maybe this is how this person views things. Maybe they are a very avid sports watcher, and they kind of, it's like they're used to accepting loss, but they forget that you're not used to accepting loss. That they forget that you're, Like you could be more in your emotions about this and they're more logical. It could also be that, which is really interesting. Let's get one more card. Is there a possibility for reconciliation? Okay, I'm hearing this person thinks so. I don't think you do though. Yeah, Six of Cups, because something here is imbalance. It's like they don't understand how much this hurt you. They were being immature and childish and you thought you were past this. So they think yes, you think no, or vice versa. But I feel like for the majority of you, this has like been, I want to get more cards on this now. Now I'm invested. Pile 4. It does feel like there's a difference of paths here. I keep seeing that. Like one of you wants to do something, the other one wants to do something else. We have the Page of Wands. Yeah. It's like you're both starting from square one and you're on different paths now. It's like you haven't realized that you thought you were moving into something together and you are progressing forward, but you're stepping on different paths. And that's been the case this whole time. Because I feel like the universe did bring you together for something, but now it's like drawing you apart. And I feel like it doesn't have to end terribly because I'm not seeing like any bad feelings. It's like, okay, well, this is how it is. It might be awkward for a bit, but now this is how it ends. I'm getting a little bit of that. I'm going to get one more. Let's see. King of Wands. This is meant for your growth. This is meant for your growth, both yours and your person's. I think together you wouldn't have advanced as much as if you were apart. I'm also seeing the Lovers reversed. If this was romantic, the love just isn't there. Like there's definitely admiration and compassion for each other, but the love isn't the same love that you think it is. This would be like at one point you were in love and it was, you know, romantic, and now it's just like the love of a fellow friend or the love that you would have for, it's platonic. It's become platonic for a lot of you, which sometimes happens, especially if this is like a situation where you feel like it's headed towards a breakup. You can still have a lot of compassion and empathy for somebody, but it's like understanding that you're just not on the right paths or you're not on the same paths for a lot of you. I keep hearing that. But let's get some, I'm sorry to have to say that to you, Pile 4. Same thing with friendships. But with friendship, it doesn't feel as heavy. So if it is a friend, it's not going to be as bad. I think it hurts more for those of you who had invested yourself emotionally, romantically into this person. Because when I tap into the platonic energy, it's not as bad. It's just, you know, keeping a distance from a friend or not being as close to them as you used to be. Romantic wise, my heart goes out to you. So let's get your... Let's get your closing advice, Pile 4. We have Creator Alchemy. This meant to happen so you could step into your creator energy. You're meant to manifest more. You're meant to go for more. We have Befriend the Word Polarize. Okay, we have the Now. Bravely Market Your Magic. Gratitude again. You're meant to do something right now. So for some of you, there could have been a catalyst, or this could have been like something that was sped up in order for you to do something now. Because there's something about the window of opportunity that you are being given. It is divine timing. That if you were with this person or if something happened, like you wouldn't be able to choose this. You'd be choosing this person instead. With Befriend the Word Polarize, the best way I can describe this is like whenever I went through a particular separation and I was almost ashamed of it. It took me a long time to tell people I was no longer with that person because I was afraid of the repercussions of what that breakup would be. And the odd thing is that was all in my head. I kept thinking, oh, these people are going to hate me because I broke up with this person. And I was just so, I felt so ashamed. And I don't know why, because it wasn't the first breakup I'd been through. It wasn't, you know, like it wasn't anything crazy like that. But it was just the energy that I had put into it. And I feel like for a lot of you, there's a similar feeling here where you feel like you're going to polarize people, like friends are going to pick and choose which side to be on. I don't think it has to be that bad. And I don't think that's going to be the case. And if it is, you know, forget those people. They were never on your side. But there's definitely a feeling here that you're meant to do something right now to advance yourself, advance your career, advance your life. And when you look back on this, you'll be very grateful that this particular situation happened, because if it hadn't, you would have never had the chance to find a reason to to split up essentially, or to distance yourself from this individual. Back of the deck, we have, what do you really want? Because what you want is very different, whether you recognize this or not. Or even if you do want the same things, the way you want them, very different. Let's say you both did want, if this is a romantic relationship, let's say you both did want families, but one of you wanted to raise them this way, the other one wanted to raise them that way. Like, it's not going to work out. You would always be compromising and at odds. Or you wanted a particular career. Again, somebody here would have been a lot more stubborn, and it would have progressed into something that wasn't for your growth. I'm trying not to make this negative, but you know. We have, my body works so hard for me. Yes, your body works hard for you. So for a lot of you, pay attention to your body. I'm also thinking of how hard you work in general to keep yourself where you are. And I don't think you should sacrifice that for anybody. And back of the deck, I don't need to return to older versions of myself to satisfy people who aren't ready to see how I have changed. This person kept seeing you in a very old light. Like, it's like they remember the you that they met either years ago, a long time ago. They were seeing you as somebody you used to be, and you were becoming something new. And it's like they had a hard time reconciling that. The person you're meant to be with will grow with you, and this person wasn't going to be it. So, with that said, pile 4, I'm sending you so much love. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.